This is my 15th attempt to record a video on how to display protect a consultation or a transaction using GoToTraining. I'm now going to pause the screen so I can switch screens. I'm starting to record again now, and I should be in Health 1 and I should be displaying a consultation by Dr. Rory O'Driscoll. If you see the consultation above Dr. Rory O'Driscoll, it's a consultation done by Dr. Admin, and it is invisible to me because I am logged in not as Dr. Admin, but as another user. So Dr. Admin has prevented this consultation from being seen by anybody else in the practice. I'm going to show you how to do it by clicking on my own consultation, right-clicking, and going to the top item in the menu there called Attributes. This is the same as clicking on this little icon over here, the icon called Attributes. If you click on that, you have an option on the right-hand side of the screen here regarding access rights to display protect this transaction. So if I tick that and click OK, and I save the consultation, then I have saved that, and all my items within it get a little locking thing there and a locking icon there. If I log out of Health 1 now and log in as another user, say Dr. Admin, and I log in and open the patient file, you will see that Dr. Admin is unable to view the last transaction there, which has just been made display protected by Dr. Rory O'Driscoll. If I click in on Dr. Admin's transaction here, you can see that the transaction is visible to me because I am the creator of the transaction. If I was anybody else in the practice, I could not see this one. If I want to undo what I've done, I can right-click on the transaction, go to Attributes, and the option to change the access rights is available to me. So I will make this now undisplay protected. In other words, when I save this transaction as Dr. Admin, everybody else will be able to see it. However, if I went into the display protected transaction, right-clicked on it and went to Attributes, because I'm not the author of this transaction, I have no access to the display protected access right here. I cannot undo the display protection because I didn't create the display protection in the first place. So that's a secure way of allowing somebody to prevent others from viewing the transaction. You can also prevent somebody from viewing an individual item. In this case, the transaction in general is viewable, but this item here, if I double click on it, I cannot see it or edit it as Dr. Rory O'Driscoll. This was display protected by somebody else. So if I now exit this and change the changes I made by Dr. Admin, and I go in as another doctor, say Dr. Rory, and I put in the password correctly, and I put in the password correctly into the right transaction, I can go into this patient. I can see my own transaction that I have made display protected. I can see Dr. Admin's transaction because he has just unprotected it. And I can see this item here, object defining, because I am the guy who display protected that item. So that's two things I've done. I have made a transaction display protected, and I have made an individual item display protected. There is one other display mode that should be seen, and this is a display mode called confidential. This is sometimes confusing. It has a different type of an icon here. This item is called throat, and in order to see the contents of it, you have to double click on the item and you can see the contents. Now, a confidential display is only confidential from the patient. It is designed such that the patient can't see what you have typed. However, all the other users in the practice can see what is typed. I'm not sure if it's terribly useful. If I go into any item, I can go into right-click on it and go down to display mode. And in here you have the option of a confidential display mode. And this confidentiality means that it's just not immediately visible, but it is actually visible to any user if he just double clicks on it. The idea is to prevent the patient from viewing the transaction. And that's it.